everybody, my name is Angelica from the MathMagician Bookkeeping, and today I wanted to talk with you guys about how to gain experience as a bookkeeper. So you're probably watching this video trying to figure out how to get actual experience as a bookkeeper because this is something that you may be interested in. You may have dabbled in it a little bit, but you want to know, how do I get enough experience to have people actually want to hire me? I know when I first started out, I didn't have 20 years of accounting underneath my belt, and I felt like, oh my gosh, no one's going to want to hire me if they know that I've only been doing this for a year or so, because they're going to think I'm not credible. But I'm here to share a little bit of my personal experience as well as some ways into actually get some experience to become a bookkeeper that people are going to want to hire. So first off, one of the things that can really help is to learn an accounting software. There are tons of resources out there, and there are some other videos on this channel of how to become a ProAdvisor with QuickBooks for one. This is going to kind of give you an idea of how to manage an accounting software, how to navigate through it, because navigating through the software is about 80% of the hard work, to be honest. And then the other 20% is just pretty much keeping up with the client, communicating with them, and then actually getting their books done for the month. But you can get on with them. There's Xero. You can do some kind of course through Sage. You do have to pay for it, but there are other accounting software options. But I would definitely look into that and see what you can do, because becoming a ProAdvisor shouldn't cost you anything to sign up as an accounting user with them. And they actually pretty much require you to become certified through their site. And once you're certified, then it opens up more opportunities for more clientele as well. So this is one of the ways that I would suggest being able to learn how to actually get down the process of bookkeeping through all of that. So I wanted to become a makeup artist for a while, and as I pursued that, it was just really hard to find people and find clients with that, to be honest. I did a lot of work where I was able to portray what I was doing on models and such, but I never got paid for it. And so actually finding clients was really difficult. And my cousin, she just so happens to be an actual registered CPA in the state of Texas. And she got pregnant, needed some help, and actually asked me if I would be interested in doing some bookkeeping work for her. If she trained me on how to do reconciliations and categorizing, if that's something that I'd be interested in. So I was like, yeah, I suppose, why not? So I ended up doing that, fell in love with it shortly after she had her baby, and then she didn't need me anymore. So we had moved to Colorado at that time, and I just kind of went for it. And I applied to Penn Foster College to get my bachelor's degree in business management and accounting. And whenever I signed up for that, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and actually try to work at an accounting firm. I really want to do this, and it would be awesome for me to do this. So there was an accounting firm in our local area that was hiring, but they were actually hiring a receptionist. And I basically told them yeah, I don't mind doing reception work, but I would really love to dabble in some of the bookkeeping. So if there's a way that I could do reception work and then be able to be trained a little bit on more of the bookkeeping and accounting side of things, that would be wonderful. So that's exactly what happened. I basically started off as a receptionist, and then they trained me into a bookkeeping position. And I did that for a few months, and pretty much from that point was well, I really want to do something on my own. There was a lot going on. We were fixing to move out to Tennessee, and I was like, if we leave this company that I'm working with, this accounting firm, then I'm pretty much going to have to start all over in Tennessee, and I don't want to do that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to graduate college to be able to start my own bookkeeping business. Well, then I did some more research, realized that I didn't need to graduate. I could actually just start my own bookkeeping business whenever I wanted to, as long as I kind of knew what I was doing. So, yeah, that's kind of what I did. I worked for my cousin for a little bit, then I worked for an accounting firm, and then I broke out on my own. So this is kind of the long way around of saying, if there's an opportunity for you to volunteer, to intern, to work at an accounting firm where they're going to kind of give you an opportunity to learn a little bit, then I would definitely jump on something like that. And, you know, make sure that you're taking in all that information, because even though I did a lot of like the reception work, I learned a lot about taxes during that time. I learned a lot about certain things that were deductible. I actually learned a lot even in a reception position. And then whenever they gave me an opportunity to do the categorizing and reconciling as a bookkeeper, then that opened up more opportunities for me to actually get to know like the CPAs and stuff as well and ask them questions. So I think it's about just finding opportunities and being able to kind of put yourself out there. If you're wanting to do that because the reward is going to pay off, you know, volunteer. Like I said, do an internship. You may not be getting paid for it, but at least you're getting some knowledge, and that knowledge will take you miles beyond. There's also other programs and courses out there. I know, like I had mentioned, Penn Foster, but there's also, I call it YouTube Academy. Watching other people on YouTube do things and kind of being able to figure it out. I'd also suggest, if you're on QuickBooks, to use the sample company. The sample company is going to help you a long way. So there's like the Craig's Design and Landscaping that they have as the sample company. If you play around in there, it gives you so many options to be able to kind of figure out like, oh, this makes a lot more sense that I have to do this to get to this. And so that's one thing that I would highly suggest, is playing around in that. One of the things that I did whenever I first pretty much started working with my cousin was I created my own QuickBooks account for our personal finances, and I played around with that a lot and did a bunch of reconciliations for our own personal accounts, and that was super helpful to be able to kind of understand it as well. And then the more that you do it, the more time that happens, you're just going to learn more. You're going to learn from your mistakes as well. So I'm not saying go out there and make a ton of mistakes, but don't be afraid of being perfect and not making any mistakes, because you're more than likely going to make those mistakes as well. So with that being said, there are a few resources that really help whenever you are first starting out as a bookkeeper. One of the things that I've recently started implementing in my business anytime that I'm onboarding a new client, and you'll probably see it in a previous video, I'll link it up here. But one of the things that I do as a resource is I will create a spreadsheet through like Google Sheets, and I'll put basically like what the account is, that like their checking account or whatever, the date, what the payee is, what the amount is, and so on and so forth, the memo description. I'll put it all in a spreadsheet of things that I'm not quite sure how they want categorized, and then I'll make a little drop-down section of everything in their chart of accounts for them to choose, like, hey, this belongs in advertising and marketing, this belongs in meals and entertainment, this belongs to taxes and licenses, this belongs to an income account, da-da-da-da-da. Basically, I will allow them to I'll share that Google Sheet and allow them to be able to kind of categorize it themselves, or at least give me a description of what it is, so that way I know where to put it a little bit easier. So that's one way to kind of help you whenever you're starting out as a bookkeeper, to be able to know what the transactions are. And pretty much, like I said, I do that with every new client that I have, because every client is going to have different transactions that they use within their business, so it really honestly depends. And then there's also a checklist for monthly tasks, and that is actually found in QuickBooks Online under the ProAdvisor category. There's a section in there about checklists for doing your monthly tasks, and that helps out a lot. And then I'm going to be doing a video soon on a software called Keeper, and this software is actually super helpful in managing your tasks with your clients and to actually communicate with your clients a little bit better. So anyway, that's pretty much, I guess, my little nutshell of how to get more experience as a bookkeeper. I know it's nothing like extraordinary and groundbreaking, and it's going to take some work to get to that point, but I hope that y'all learned something from this video. You know, please leave me a comment of what you enjoyed about it. Please leave me a comment of a question of something that you'd like to see in a future video. Consider giving this a like and a thumbs up. I guess that's the same thing. And subscribe. If you are struggling with your bookkeeping business and want to learn how to get more clientele and to run your bookkeeping business more effortlessly, then click the link in the description or in the comment section down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!